Dear listener, ClockTower is intended for mature audiences and might be inappropriate or possibly triggering to some. Many of the themes and events in ClockTower are inspired by weird fiction as well as similar concepts, which means the show can get dark. If that isn't something you enjoy, please listen at your own discretion. We here at the ClockTower care about you, so please put your mental health first. Our show will be here when you're ready.
Welcome to Season 2 of ClockTower, a D&D 5e experience. To all our old and new listeners, we're excited to have you here with us. ClockTower is a D&D campaign turned audio drama, played with a custom class and a few house rules that we as a group collectively enjoy. If you find yourself getting a little lost, there's always older episodes to guide you back to the path. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and welcome to the ClockTower. The entire antique shop shakes as all of the small trinkets and tchotchkes on the shelf fall over, several of them falling off of the shelves as large cracks seem to form in almost reality itself, cracking the wooden floor of the antique shop apart, as if something has just filled this room big enough that it's breaking the world itself. And through the lens of the avatar of the owl, you can very faintly see something standing behind it, but it is so incomprehensible that you don't know what you are seeing. Everybody is in awe, if not sheer terror, of the magnitude of it. It's like when you've ever talked to someone who's vastly more intelligent than you, and you feel completely off guard, like you don't know what to say, and you know whatever you do say they'll have an answer to, and you don't even know what to do next, and you're just completely at a loss, coupled with the sheer amount of how small you feel in comparison to whatever the fuck the owl really is. And it looks down at you, and you know one thing in the back of your mind, almost everybody, whatever the owl is, it's not the clock tower. The clock tower feels like home, like safety, like that person who always looks out for you, no matter what. And this is so different, so not the same, so adversarial, so fucking angry. And it says, "Do not dare to tell me what I am. I do as I wish. I speak as I wish. And the only thing I do against my will is answer your questions when paid to. That is it. If I wish to answer any of your stupid questions on my own time, for free, I could do so. I could tell you all the answers to the universe and life. I could tell you what happened to Castell. I could tell you what happened to Wagon Wheel. I know what could have happened to Rock if they had fucking lived, if they could have shut their mouth. I know everything. In every universe, in every world, in every tick of time that slowly, creepingly, achingly passes by, I know. So when you beg me to answer a question, when you try to goad me into telling you more, just know that I always can. I choose not to, because you don't deserve it. Because none of you deserve it. And if I was to take a moment to speak as to what you do deserve, you wouldn't go on, as so many before you haven't. But then again, and it looks at Grin, and then looks directly at Barrett, and goes, "At least some people are brave enough to quit." And then all of a sudden, everything's back to normal. Everything's fine. All of the things that fell are back on the shelf. Grin's humming had stopped mid-tune, completely picks up again right where it left off, and Lillian is looking at you like she just spaced out for a second, and then goes, I'm so sorry, you wanted to ask me something?
I think I'm good.
Oh, okay, sorry, I just spaced out. Grin, did you find that book yet?
Yes, I did. Actually, I found two, but I don't know. You kind of left in a huff earlier, so I have the Odyssey. Seems a little not the best story if you're kind of not in a great mood. So I found something else. I think you might like it. It's called Sherlock Holmes. It's about two people. They're great friends, and they go on adventures, solve mysteries, and at the end of the day, everything turns out okay. So if you're having a bad day, don't worry. It'll be all right.
This is perfect. How much is it?
What do you think, Glenn? This one's been here a little bit.
Oh, yeah, here. And she like looks at it and the price tag goes, it's 15.
Here, this should cover it. As I just pull out whatever's necessary.
Yeah, you pull out a crumpled 10 and a 5 that looks like it's been in your pocket forever. And she takes it and rings it into an antique cash register. And then like, would you like a bag? Oh, it comes with this free bookmark. And she pulls out a bookmark, and the bookmark is a tiny like cartoon blue owl that she slides inside of the book. He goes, here you go.
Oh, thank
and like
you.
you look at that bookmark with like fear.
I appreciate it as I crumple it up and put it in my pocket. I'll make sure to read into this. Thank you, Grin. Well, I suppose this is goodbye. I should be going now. Thank you for everything. The book, and all that comes with it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you say it with such finality. I could probably just see you tomorrow if you want.
Yeah.
I'm always in the park. Come find me.
See you at the park.
You got it.
Tucks book in coat and breathes with clarity. All right,
Lillian
guys.
looks at Grin and then looks at Barrett and then looks at Grin like, okay.
I think we should head back to the museum. What do you guys think?
When you say that and look around, Jaeger's standing directly behind Sam. Like, like literally probably 6 inches behind Sam, just like fucking like hands behind his back because he actually pulled out his gun and now he has it like hidden. I need to purchase one thing here first before I go because they gave me a bag.
Great. I'll be outside.
Reaches over and looks for like looks around for something that like works for him.
Lillian like leans forward and goes, you can just have the bag.
Oh, thank you. And with that, he's gonna like give them a nod and then sort of sidle out of the store. You coming, Sam?
Sam.
Is Sam still frozen there?
Sam looks like if you like, literally, you know the cartoon or like video game flashbang noise. That is all Sam has been hearing for the last like half a minute. They look almost like if you cast a whole person on them.
They look as if you couldn't move closer to the source of your fear and could only move away from it.
And in fact, they would be moving, but there's a whole person behind them that's stopping them from moving.
It's almost as if they were under the effect of the D&D effect, fear.
Fear.
Strange.
Yeah, Jaeger's gonna go like make sure he steps into Sam's view and goes,
What?
"Let's go."
Okay.
I think you're also good now because the source of your fear is gone.
And I think with fear, if you move, you just have to move away from the thing you're afraid of.
Yeah.
So you,
For those who haven't played D&D,
Yeah.
that's how fear works.
As long as they don't open the door for you, I think you're all right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Although you do, like, looking at Lillian, you, like, can't unsee.
Yeah, Sam rubs their eyes, almost like blink back tears, and so like a one little shudder, almost like you're trying to settle yourself, and then ducks their head out, doesn't say anything, and just leaves the store.
Oh, and Grin, I think that looks a little better on the left. I know it was bothering you.
Grin looks over there and, like, a dawning realization.
Oh my goodness, you are so right. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And, Barrett, as you leave the store, you know why you never went in there.
As I see the kids down the street still peering at me, talking crap. Look both ways! As I try to enact the same amount of fear that I just went through.
Oh my god. If you're trying to like channel the same amount of like angry energy, roll for a second.
I have Intimidate, by the way.
Yeah,
No.
advantage to that.
Oh, okay, yes. Worse. So, well, yeah. Like 8.
You alone don't do very well with your intimidation. You're kind of like trying not to cry. You're like, you won't look both ways. But then there's like something behind you for a second, a flash of something, and the kids like look like all the color gets drained out of them, and you like glance behind you, and you see a brief image of like the owl behind you, like what you might think you just saw, even though you like didn't really see anything other than the avatar, but like some sort of like large silhouette of some big thing. And then the kids like all run, but they all like stop, and then they look both ways, and then they cross the street, they like fucking run in terror.
As I do the classic, like, I'm looking at you.
And you look down, and in your pocket, there's like a weird warmth.
I check my pocket.
You see Grin's ring is in your pocket. It's glowing in your pocket like when Grin used to cast magic. And you see behind you that it stops glowing as that illusion disappears. And you think that you somehow just cast minor illusion with Grin's ring.
So I think they got the message as I put the ring back in my pocket.
For future reference, Grin gave you his ring. You can cast any one of Grin's spells once per mission.
How far we are from the museum, by the way?
A block from the park, and then the park is a brief walk to the museum itself.
Are you all ready?
Does everybody else leave the antique shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I walk out, I immediately go, well, that was weird.
Yeah, you've never seen the owl do that before.
Owl doesn't like you. Huh.
Thought they did burn that bridge, apparently. But I found the information I needed.
Well, Grin always got along with them for some reason. I don't know why, but
Most of the time, if you talk to the owl, it's just like not sweating the small things and smiling in front of Spot.
I never bother. I can always end up finding out the answers for myself at some point. But you can see why I never ask. That was quite the show you put up in there, by the way, Sam.
I found the information I wanted.
I hope you did. I hope you did.
Yes.
So I was in the back of the store. What happened? I just felt things get cold and then like ran around the corner because I thought someone was in danger, not realizing what was actually happening.
Sam made the owl real angry.
Oh.
Well, to be fair, they insulted Rock.
Oh.
And I don't care who you are or what you are. You don't insult family.
It's true.
But I also got information on the thing that took Rock.
Ah. Do tell.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to walk and talk, but it's called the Reacher.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say you guys are walking to the
Yeah.
museum, right? Okay, so you have this conversation as you walk briefly towards the museum.
It exists outside of space and time.
Been
Kind of
there?
like Ulm, yeah. Been there, done that.
Very terrible.
To get there, much like to get anywhere outside of like a normal physical space, like how I imagine it personally is like if all worlds are marbles and the space in between the marbles, like as much as you push them together, they can't be one marble.
I mean, kind of like how we have the giant,
Yeah,
hourglass
if you look
inside
at
our
it that
place,
way.
and then world. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But to get into, like, if you're strapped, you can only go from marble to marble. You need to find a way to get outside of marbles. So you open a door that can go anywhere, and you choose outside of the marbles. So we need to find a door that can do that, which I think we have in our tower. But I don't know. That involves experimentation, and
So,
it's a place to start.
from what I've heard of the door in the tower, question. I know you didn't. Did you ever move the bookcase in your tower out of the way, and then had a door there that said, "Don't open this door"?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you ever open the door?
Yes.
Did you get the lamp to go through the first part?
No.
I don't have a lamp.
Okay.
We have candlesticks and all sorts of random. No lantern.
So that darkness you walk into that gets you killed by something.
By your own means, yes.
Is that how I fucking knew it? Rock.
Yes.
Well, you know, I actually believe there was 50 guys in a
No.
room to the shadow of us.
It was general like scientific method made me think, oh hey, this is evidence. Offshoot, what the fuck? What's going on here?
Well, yeah.
So, Rock.
Grin always saw it as it unmakes you every time you walk in there. I don't always quite know what he was talking about when he was talking about that, but
Did Grin have the ability to unmake people?
we've unmade a lot of people.
Because when I walked in there, it was like I got shot a lot.
I made a rat once. That was scary.
What?
Yeah, Sam, like, a rat was coming at us, and Sam, and gone.
You guys sure like to experiment, don't you?
Like, yeah, we have forever. Well, why would you want to interrogate the world?
Yeah.
What? Jaeger's face is like, what? Look, my point is, we might have, I don't think that door leads to outside of space. I think that door leads out of the tower. That's what I was told by the owl.
That wouldn't make sense. So that means, have you ever broken your clock tower?
Broken the clock tower?
Yeah.
No, I can't say I have.
Have you ever,
Don't.
has your
Someone's
mirror
very
ever
bad.
cracked?
Maybe the coffee table once, but
Oh no, we're talking about like the mirror shatters, people fall through reality, don't come back,
What?
had to fix our pocket watches.
What?
Yeah,
Have we not talked about that?
is your clock tower in shambles?
oh no, it's fine now.
Yeah, it's fine. We talked to the horologist who fixed it.
Who?
They work with the pocket watches.
Yeah.
At least that's what I've been told. I was kind of gone outside of space and time at the time.
What?
Yeah, so
Right.
if the mirror cracks, you touch the cracks of the mirror,
You also
get-
shatter.
you shatter as a person, and then you end up being pulled between space and time or something like that. There's water, there's a creature down there. Don't do it. It sounds terrible.
Does your clock tower have a bar by chance? Because this sounds really ridiculous.
No, but if you keep climbing up, you climb through the gears and you get into like water. Space.
What?
There's water on top of us too?
Well, it's more like water space. Like if you look at the night sky reflected infinitely.
Water space.
Yeah.
What?
For ages. Is that the weirdest thing you've ever heard?
Dude.
Water space.
I just have to ask: are like Trinket and Barrett exchanging like
Yeah.
very concerned
Yeah.
looks? Right
Yes, absolutely.
I'm like distancing myself from these two, so it is obvious that I have no idea what the fuck is going on here.
Who would you consider your guys' leader by chance?
Sam pulls out a gold pocket watch. Reagan,
Who?
Reagan.
the one you haven't met.
Yeah, the one.
They're gone.
That explains things. Okay.
No, they were there at the time, to be fair.
I've only been with them for
Really?
like
Yeah, Reagan was there when I shattered.
2 missions.
that's true.
Maybe.
Well, you've made it this far.
I do just have to say that broke my heart a little bit. That Sam, without hesitate, is like, "Who's your leader?" Oh, Reagan.
But yeah, so I feel like our experience with the tower isn't the regular ClockTower Agent experience, and thus we should probably just. What sounded weird out of all that to you?
All of it.
You broke your clock tower?
Yeah.
I feel like you've mentioned this before, right?
Maybe offhandedly, but
I don't know if we mentioned I shattered into pieces, but I know we mentioned.
we've definitely mentioned we broke it. But
I didn't get any of the details. But,
yeah, well, to be fair, we haven't really asked you much about yourself either.
Well,
Well, I didn't break my clock tower,
Well, that's
but
good.
it sounds to me like this in between that you're trying to find, you've already found.
You know,
That's true.
I will say, when it happens, you don't really have like aim. You just kind of fall and just keep falling.
Well, we have the lantern now.
I'm starting to understand the owl's reaction just now.
Because like there was like pink clouds, and there was fucking like I fell to the ocean, and then there was that time I fell into a desert, and then I had to fight zombies, and it was a lot.
I mean, if we can, you're right, we can't aim. But if we do find the door, you can find Lily again.
Well, Lily's through the door that we have, but I don't know if that's.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Oh,
the owl told me that.
so that is a door where we need
Can
to
you
go.
roll a history check with advantage, please?
15.
The owl told you verbatim you have to go through a door to find Lily.
Technically, the owl says you have to go through a door, but I assume the only other door I could think of besides the mirror would be that door in the clock tower, unless you would just assume any door is a door. But wait,
Well, I think any door is a
wait.
door until it's a wall, but
it's the owl who told me.
well, okay. Also, I was also told a door, so we know there is a door. As
So we need,
specified.
do we now need to just ask the owl which door is the door?
I'm not asking.
I don't wanna ask.
personally.
I don't want to ask. I don't want to talk to the owl because the owl's gonna get mad at me already. He's already.
Yeah, but they already don't like me, and I
Yeah.
can't be the one to ask again. It's rude.
Okay. Let's say, in a weird, crazy, hypothetical world, I do go back in there right now. I ask the owl, which door is the door that leads to blank, whether it be Lily or leads to the Cracked. I want the Cracked space now. But I do really want to save Lily. It's kind of important to me.
Oh yeah.
Maybe give them some time to wind down. I think they might just wipe you from existence
I
if
think
you went
all
in
they
there.
have is time.
Yeah, now I'm kind of wondering if the owl could just like kill us.
I've
Like,
kind of
I'm a
always
little
figured
worried,
Oh,
at this point.
Also, for context, since it might have been stated already, but Lily is a version of the owl that we've trapped outside of space and time.
Excuse me?
I wasn't there for this. I hold no blame. They fed me and them to a snake. Well,
No, I didn't feed you to a snake. That's a lie.
That's true.
You fell off of a cliff,
true. And then they fed the owl to a snake.
and the snake died because the owl ate the
Snake.
Lily.
Barrett is seriously considering maybe just grabbing the wand and existing alone for all eternity.
Please don't leave me with them.
Once again, I feel like looking at their faces, this isn't normal agent behavior, and we've just been kind of like fucking around.
So you separated part of the owl from itself?
I don't know.
And you're trying to save that part that you separated by feeding it to a snake?
Yes.
What?
I don't know if they're separated. I just know that the Lily ended up being outside of time and space at this giant tree in a desert.
Are you sure you wasn't just like a fever dream?
Oh, no, I gave them my hat.
No,
and my
I
jacket.
definitely know that Jaeger shattered.
Yeah.
I watched that happen.
I also gave them my hat and my jacket, and they're still gone, so.
Yeah, they have a hat. No, because that was Rock's hat.
I look at Trinket with just such despair. I don't want to shatter. For reasons unknown.
You're already kind of fragile right now.
Yeah.
Look, sorry. I feel like we're saying this the wrong way.
There's a right way to say what you're saying?
We're still getting this thing down. We're not sure exactly where we fucked up, but we do need to do better at it. And you both seem to be the ones who have that capability?
And we are trying.
Yeah.
Like, we've done good too. Like, we've helped a bunch of people, made friends with eldritch entities, killed Olm.
Well, how many missions have you guys completed? Just off the top of your head,
I don't know, at
round
least
number.
12?
Yeah, I think we're at 12 at this point.
Maybe 13, counting this one.
Okay. All right. Roughly a dozen. Okay.
And they threw us at a god in our first dozen, apparently, so I don't know.
That's true.
I was there for the god killing
Yeah.
part.
It's mostly just kind of been like weird, wacky races and convincing people that it's going to be okay when they give up their weapon.
Oh, there was also that concert that one time.
That's true.
That was really fun.
Concert?
Yeah, Skeleton King had a concert. Well,
Oh.
crashed a concert, and then
You just had to say Skeleton King. I don't need
Oh,
to hear
okay.
more.
there was a space station. That was the
Oh.
pirate situation.
Yeah, pirate boat.
The angry ghosts.
Yeah, the angry ghosts that were chasing everyone, and then,
Ghosts started pulling people's spirits out of their own bodies, and then they became angry ghosts too. It was
yeah, it was
weird.
pretty fucked up.
Yeah. I've seen a couple things like that.
Owl owned everything.
Looks like we're almost there.
You guys stop and you look up. You've made it to the museum.
Okay.
But look, all I'm saying is, I feel like we could use the. Drinking, you've been doing very well, but we could use the.
Jaeger moves their hand forward in like a
Yeah.
chopping motion, like a.
We could use the help. making
Direction?
sure- Yeah, there you go. That's the phrase.
Yes.
I say you could probably use some of that.
Direction, experience.
And, I guess I could use a good reason.
General seasoning. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. When you get good at something, you become seasoned. So, seasoning.
Oh, yeah.
Barrett, you lead the way as the rest of them follow. And when you reach the top of the elevator, you see the wand. And Jaeger, you'd wanted to explore the world more, but also you just saw the owl almost like kill Sam, and part of you really wants to go home. And not in a like, I need to leave right now, but more like, we could go. I don't have to eat it. That sandwich was really good. I got part
saw
of
the
that
rest with
sandwich,
me. It's
so-
fine.
Yeah, that was fine.
I got a bag. It's fine.
We could go. It's like when you're like having a really good time at a theme park and then one person gets really upset and angry and now everybody's
sick.
kind of like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
done. I'm not having fun anymore. I'd like to go home. Like, it's kind of hard. You're kind of in a bad place to begin with, and you had
Yeah.
the sandwich, you're feeling a little bit better, and then this owl almost killed Sam, and that was bad.
Yeah.
But all of you, the elevator dings as the doors slide open, and all of you see the viewing tower, the windows that wrap around this part of the building that look out across all angles of the city. You can even see the street that you went down to go to ClockTower Antiques, and then like several pedestals from this archaeological dig site that the wand came from. They found the remains of a person and the remains of like a big, some sort of weird wildlife. They don't know what it was. Those remains are not here. They're like somewhere else, and they found this wand, but the wand's on display in this museum here. And it's not like under glass either. There's like a sign that says don't touch, but like they have it with like the same way that like some like stone tablets are displayed. There's like don't touch, and there's security guards around like don't touch that. But they thought that this like small piece of like unaged metal was probably fine to display. They think it's just like a hollow tube. But all of you realize the like worrying implications of basically a clock tower weapon in a normal world is a weapon of mass destruction, just like on display, no glass. There's like a minimum wage security guard to tell people not to touch it. But as you look at it, Barrett, the part of you in the back of your mind is like, what if this doesn't end the mission?
Barrett is going to walk right past the wand, finally putting it between you and him, and go look at the balcony and off at the city horizon one last time as he kind of just glances behind him over his shoulder, expectingly, as he looks back forward.
I'm gonna grab the wand.
Okay, Trinket goes over. Do you like hesitate at all, or do you just like grab that shit?
I give him his, he looks out. I give him a second. Once he looks back at us, then I'll grab it.
Okay. You grab it, and all of you hear the chimes of the clock tower, feel that crushing wave wash over you. But since you've all kind of like, all of you are in agreement, you've kind of completed this mission. It's not the violent, like, yanked out of this reality and put back. It's like you softly open your eyes and you're back on the couch. It feels like natural, like you've done it. You guys have done it a lot. You haven't felt this feeling in several, like resetting over and over and over and over again. It's always been that like yanked back, and this is like felt nice. And you're back, but Barrett, as you look around, it's so wrong.
Oh.
You look at the shelf, and all of your trophies are there, but they've been like shoved out of the way, just like haphazardly, like when you have the computer in a video game sort your inventory for you, and it's just like there's a globe from Trinket's party and like a weapon from the Sam and Jaeger and Rock and Reagan, and like all of their stuff and all of Trinket's party stuff and all of your stuff is all on the same shelf. And like you guys look over and like, oh my god, the shelves are like packed. They go up, there's a ladder. There's like one of those like library rolling ladders, except you don't know where it ends. Like it just goes up. And as you're like looking, you like see like up and up and up and up and up and up and up. There's just tons of trophies. And like you look at them, you guys are looking at them in shock, and like Barrett's looking at them like somebody just came into his house with mud on their shoes and walked all over his carpet. It is like, no. And like every time you went back, they were all perfectly the way
Oh, absolutely.
that Grin left them.
Oh. Whoa.
I'll slay.
This is all wrong.
What?
Oh, my books. Oh.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, as Barrett says, my books, you guys look back at the library, which is like, you guys had like 10 books. You had 10 books, you had a tablet from the space station, and then when Trinket came in, you got maybe double that. You had like 20 books and like some other stuff. There was like a weird brick-looking device that like flips open in half on the shelf. But like, you guys look over, the bookshelves are full, and it goes up another story. If the clock tower base floor is the first floor, the second floor is that like balcony of the library, there's another balcony of the library that has a spiraling staircase in the middle of it that goes all the way up. And all of those shelves are almost full.
These are all out of order.
Did you take time to actually organize your... You have stuff to organize.
You
that's
can
fair.
do that?
Did you just ask me if I take time? Of course we take time. This is our home. We've been doing this for... I can't even remember. There isn't even a number for how many missions we've completed together.
and then you see on the coffee table, where usually only things relating to a certain mission, like things you can take with you, on like you've been doing this long enough that you know if you need to take anything with you, or if you can take anything with you on a mission, it will be on the coffee table. If it's not one of your personal effects, it goes on the coffee table. And then you can pick up that item, take it through the mission, and when the mission is over, it will either be gone, or it will go to the bookshelf or the trophy shelf respectively. That's why you have like some candlesticks that were a necessary key for like a mission and like weird shit that isn't a trophy, but it ends up on the trophy shelf because it's part of that world, it's part of the trophy, it's part of something you like took into the mission and went with you again. On the table, there is a lantern that as soon as you see it, you're like, that's made out of ClockTower like equipment. It's like some weird Frankenstein lantern made out of ClockTower stuff, and inside it is a piece of Olm. And it's just like glowing, and as you look at it, you just remember that one time you touched Olm, and then it was a bad time.
That isn't what I think it is it?
Nope, definitely is.
Yeah. Don't look at it too hard.
Yeah, don't touch the light itself.
I want nothing to do with it. Thank you.
It's fine, I'll carry it. I've been doing it lately.
Freaking psychos.
I am, and Jaeger's going to stand up and walk toward the clock face.
Okay.
He doesn't touch the clock face. He just leans down and grabs the coin off the floor.
Okay. You pick it up.
And Sam?
It's not mine.
Oh, it's an extra coin. I mean, someone needs to hold it. So
Give it a trinket.
yeah, that works.
Makes sense.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay.
That is a coin from an agent named Five.
All right.
You mentioned that name before.
What's the base amount of coins I'm supposed to have?
It's based off your intelligence modifier. So whatever your intelligence modifier is, that's how many coins you have
Okay,
per
and
mission.
then I already have listed that I have an extra one because I have an extra one from before.
Sick. Then you have 2 extra
So
ones.
now I have 5.
And slowly but
I
surely.
can ask so many questions, but do I want to anymore? No.
I'm gonna check for my book.
Which one? You have,
my most recent one.
yeah. It's on the
Sherlock
shelf.
Holmes.
Most of the time, if you don't organize it yourself, any new additions will always be on the top left of the bookcase.
Yeah.
Like everything else will like slide down to the next ones, or it'll go up a story.
I'm assuming just these 10 books that they had completely threw off my whole entire system.
Yeah,
And
the thing is that like the bookshelf isn't that bad because you kind of just put it wherever the tower put it. The shelves, however, fucking hurt.
Grin would have an aneurysm if he were here right now. You all saw the antique shop.
Where's Captain Brian's sword?
You have no idea. Roll a perception check.
Just look here like, Ooh, that's actually pretty good. It's gonna be a 17.
As you look up, you're like, where the hell? And you see it. It's like 5 shelves up to the like far left, completely different from where it was, and it's like there with a bunch of other swords.
Yeah, I thought it was like, oh, haha, funny. And then I realized I could lay in the pictures of all the creatures they killed. Like I could make a bed out of it.
Yeah. You could make like a stacked up bed, like a mattress.
I don't even know where Olm is in this.
Where is Olm? God damn it.
Well, Olm's on the coffee table.
Did you?
but-
Yeah, you know how Olm had a frame? There's a lot of framed pictures on this wall now.
Did you guys actually kill Ohm or did you capture him?
Yes.
Both.
Oh, that's confusing.
It is, but it works.
What do you use it for?
So you know that door you walk into that has like
Their door's
shadow?
open. They didn't close it. They didn't put the wardrobe back. It's just open.
You can just walk in with
It's just like
almost-
staring creepily at them,
He's a lantern
wide
now.
open. You hear the like whispers from the door, like,
Yeah, it's a lantern. You can just walk through.
Yeah, I've just chosen not to ask about that door.
Why?
Although what the lantern was being used for is that it can steal your self. Like it eats you completely.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with the feeling.
If you have-
Same.
Yeah.
Why leave it open?
Because
I
it's
mean,
always been open when we came back.
Yeah, when we close it.
It's open when
shit.
you come back?
Yeah.
Like now. This
Yeah.
is not the first time this has been like this.
So,
Oh no, it's just
I'm gonna go over there and
you know that in order to keep it closed, you put the wardrobe in front of it.
yeah, I'm gonna go over there and close it.
hey, wait, I
Closed
need
with a
that.
finality.
Yeah. I'm gonna move.
But I need.
it took Reagan so long to push.
You push it back like, like, in front of the door, and you're like, all the whispers are gone, all the knocking is gone. You're just like,
We leave this closed.
I need to go back through that door though.
Oh, yeah.
You close it when you're done with it.
That's fine. I'm just letting you know I do need to go back through there eventually.
I'm not here to stop you, as I'm like exhausted, and I just go back and sit on the couch.
you feel slightly better.
Can we have like the world has changed? Sam does some like vague hand motions. Can we have like a circle of knowledge really quick, kind of cross-reference information, get to know each other better? Because it seems like we all have our own stories, and until we get it out, we'll just keep surprising each other.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a little overloaded at the moment from what I've already learned, but sure.
Yeah.
I find it odd that we have like somehow like going against the grain so much that you guys seem surprised about this kind of thing. Like why would everyone else not do this too?
I thought it was fairly normal.
Yeah.
That frightens me a little bit, but you know what? You think outside the box. Swallows disgruntledly, and I'll commend it. You really like experiment. What was your last experiment?
Oh.
Looks over at the lantern. Looks back at the door.
Well, gosh, I think it might have been using the lantern to go to the end of the room.
The end of the room.
Yeah, the room.
Yeah, you can go down. Did you know?
I didn't normally really,
Well, they didn't have a lantern, so they couldn't have gone down. Yeah.
yeah. What did you learn?
That there's an end of the room.
Okay.
We decided to turn around and come back because we didn't think we were ready enough to actually go. But you know, now we have all four of us here, and yeah, I think we should just take a second.
I agree. Here. Why don't you go ahead and grab a book, Jaeger?
Hey, it's Ellie again, coming at you with attempt number 3 of what's going on with the Clock Tower this week. Like I said last week, we've updated the Patreon website. Go check it out if you haven't. We're going to be adding our house rules to the website soon, so that we'll have a section, so rather than going back and listening to previous episodes, you can actually just go to the website and check them out. It will be great for me too, because I forget my own house rules all the time, and it'll be great to be able to reference them. We were finished recording the first episode of Before They Were Lost, and we're going to be releasing that on May 31st. And then every new side story episode will come out at the end of the month after that. So May is the beginning of our side story content. There will be 2 episodes Before They Were Lost, and then we will swap over to a new side story. It'll be a rotating selection of snippets from the Clock Tower. We're not just going to go straight on Trinket's story until it finishes. We're going to go to Trinket's story for a story arc, and then we're going to jump to whatever the next one voted on the Discord is. Speaking of the Discord, please go to the Discord and vote for whatever side story content you want to see next. We're going to have a new poll that will be up until probably May 30th, probably before the next side story content comes out. We want to get ahead of things and start recording them as soon as we can. The watch parties are still happening in the Discord, 6 p.m. PST every Saturday after we upload a new episode. The next one will be Saturday, May 13th. If you're listening to this right now, the next one will be May 13th. And this outro, we have a special thing. We have a dear friend who is starting a Kickstarter, and I have a word to read from them about their game Heavy Gear and its Kickstarter. The Heavy Gear role-playing game is now live on Kickstarter. Heavy Gear presents a lush sci-fi galaxy that aims to be as scientifically accurate as it can, while still allowing you to pilot 15-foot-tall giant robots or ride lizard beasts on an exotic desert planet. The game is designed around players creating their own skills and special rules, allowing them to solve problems in their own unique way. Add to this balanced military mecha combat, as well as complex politics, 25 years of universe development, and you get something very unique. You can find out more by searching Heavy Gear role-playing game on Kickstarter. Shout out to our friends over there doing the Heavy Gear role-playing game. Thank you for everything. If you're listening to this on the 29th during the watch party, hello! I'm currently at Neo. I'm probably exhausted, but I bet I'm having a great time. Speaking of Neotropolis, during Neotropolis, it will be our very own Valak Donahue's birthday. So happy birthday to Valak. Everybody send him the best wishes, and please go check out his Patreon, patreon.com/madlandreamer. I remembered that off the top of my head. If you would like to collaborate with us in any way, please contact us through the section of our website, contact us at ClockTowerAgent.com. That's how we can do neat little shoutouts or birthday greetings and all kinds of stuff. Just hit us up. I think that's kind of what we've got going on right now. On to credits. Barrett was played by Bink. Sam was played by Cal. Trinket was played by Kball. Jaeger was played by Trent. And I incorrectly said this last time as Ender because that's his friend group nickname, but Grin is played by Andrew. And I, Ellinthris, was the DM. The voice of our disclaimer is Valak Donahue. You can check out his work at patreon.com/themadlanddreamer. All music from season 1 of Clock Tower made by Who's Music. If you would like your own D&D music commissioned, you can contact them and find all of their work through linktree.com/whos.music or find it in the description below. Thanks, Who's. Thanks to our editing team, Cal, for making the episodes what they are, and thank you to our sponsor, Alpha Lupine Images, for donating the equipment to help us make more content with better quality. We'll also have a link to Heavy Gear down in the description below, and thank you again for listening. Clock Tower Season 2, Episode 10 will be out on May 12th. Or, for those of you in our Patreon tiers of $15 or higher, it will be out on May 5th. Till then, time's ticking. See you in the Clock Tower.